Guys, it's unfortunate, but it seems like the Mighty Guru show is no more. And I'm kind of sad about that. All right. Now, I know why this show is being canceled. Right. The MMA Guru just dropped a tweet about it a couple of hours ago. And let's just say, in hindsight, you'd actually be surprised as to how long the show lasted. However, when you realize that this show was actually really good, I don't know. Part of me is gonna miss it, right? But let's first go over the reasons as to why this show is being canceled right now. You got the MMA Guru, on his typical hate-filled Dagestani rants, and I will say this though. This time, however, he kind of went a little bit overboard. Let's listen to what he has to say within the first few seconds.
Don't let him finish you, Jack. It's the new moral victory. Send in the nukes, dude, right at that cliff where they're fucking their cousins year after year, the ugly inbred cunts.
I mean, those 12 seconds alone should really explain why he's being canceled on Twitter and why the MMA Guru, the Mighty Guru show is no longer happening. And I'll say this. As someone who was actively coping with JDM loss to Islam Makhachev, as someone who picked JDM to beat Islam Makhachev, as someone who hates a lot of the Islam Makhachev fans because they're championed by retards like Kenny Okoye and MMA Joey. This is just not right. This really isn't. And unfortunately, MMA Guru stepped over a boundary that, like, you fuck around and you find out. All right, I'm just going to continue on as to what he has to say.
Let's go, Jack. Get back up. I know it's just their culture, but hey, this is really fun. Round 5's coming up. Come on, Jack. Let's get that mew on again. Let's mew. We're mewing in this 5th round. Let's go.
I don't know what that means.
Dominated? Yeah, you're ugly and inbred as fuck, dude. You're inbred little rodents, dude. Round 5 coming up. I don't care. Inbred little rodents, dude. You gotta force women to have sex with you or they wouldn't. Fucking freaks.
See, this is why MMA Guru is being canceled. Right? And I'm pretty sure that some of you who found my channel, all right, watch the MMA Guru religiously, right? But the bias for him aside, this is really bad, all right? And you could say your personal opinions, whether or not you believe it or not, at the end of the day, like, at some point, you gotta tone it down a bit. And I think MMA Guru went a little bit too far on this. All right. And it sucks now because it's having consequences for, people that are kind of in business relationships. And ultimately, we suffer as the fans who love shows like The Mighty Guru, right? Because The Mighty Guru, I know the same fat piggy over here is basically one of the co hosts. But at the same time, though, this is like one of the few times where he doesn't go on racist tangents, right? It's actually pretty tame because I think DJ is kind of in the corporate side of MMA, and I think they tell Guru to like kind of shut the fuck up a little bit. It kind of sucks. All right, I really love their shows. I don't think I'm the only one who says that. This this episode where they talked about UFC 322 uploaded 2 days ago, and it has over 350,000 views. I don't even have that on my entire channel, history. All right, like these are very enjoyable videos. On top of that, the thumbnails are absolutely peak. We got fucking Mace Windu and Jabba the Hutt, some of my favorites. I should I forgot what this one was. But anyways, though, these are very good show. This is a very good show. And now that the MMA Guru is getting canceled, all right, Mighty Mouse is also catching some slack on Twitter. I could just kind of look at through Twitter and see anything like this. All right. Yeah, you can see a bunch of guys on Twitter like going at Mighty Mouse now because MMA Guru has to say stuff like this, and it's just unfortunate. It is just quite unfortunate that we don't get this show anymore. But I really want to talk about MMA Guru a little bit because I feel like there's a reason as to why most of us like his videos, all right? I'm not here necessarily for the racist tangents, but what I am here for are the brutal roastings, all right? Take, for example, Dan Mergliotta, all right? He's basically being called a referee with Down syndrome, and I, for one, agree with that. Have you seen Dan Mergliotta reffing, all right? This guy is actively either fixing fights or he's just a dumb tard. That's MMA Guru explains throughout this entire 29-minute video, right? Like I think that's the reason why most of us love him. And he does know ball to some extent as someone who doesn't train, which is actually really impressive. But I will say though,
It's the new moral victory. Send in the nukes, dude, right at that cliff where they're fucking their cousins year after year, the ugly inbred cunts. Let's.
this is a little bit too far. So they're not going to continue the show. I would hope something like this gets made in the future. I doubt it though, because it seems like a lot of people on Twitter are seriously mad at both MMA Guru and fighters who kind of endorse him. It is what it is, and ultimately, it just sucks because I don't want to say cancel culture, but the show basically got canceled because he said some controversial things, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm just gonna miss this show. That's all I have to say regarding this situation. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. Leave a comment down below how you guys feel about the MMA Guru show being canceled, because personally, it kind of filled a Monday for me at times, especially when I was working. But it now to see that a lot of MMA Guru's words have kind of caught up to him. All right, and to be fair, Mighty Mouse actively trains with a lot of the Dagestani fighters. So in hindsight, why would you say that, MMA Guru? You kind of put two and two together. We should have seen this coming. But yeah, I hope DJ doesn't catch any more slack for this. He did kind of step away from the show immediately after. So hopefully we get to see something cool from both of these guys. All right, like minus a little bit of the racist tangents. All right, but anyways, though, leave a comment down below what you guys think. Leave any video suggestions you have for me. Right? Hopefully I can even grow a platform that's like a fraction as big as this, all right? Without having to resort to racist tangents. But yeah, outside of that, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.